Well, they're pretty much equal. There's 17,000 plants in here, and they're just about equal. I think the Pommard's a little bit larger, and then that's 828 on the other side. It's a La Tâche clone.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is 667, and that's 115 down there. And just talking to different winemakers, that was everybody's favorite mix to do a batch if you were to blend them all together. And there's probably, 25 or 40 different kinds of clones that you can grow. But these are actually the most popular at this time, A lot of older clones. These are all like heat treated and certified and, top of the line material. So this site is really low and it's close to the ocean and it's really cool and it's the only variety that you can grow down here. It would be hit and miss to try to plant Chardonnay. Might grow to maturity some years, but probably half the time it wouldn't. It's impossible to grow like Cabernet or Zinfandel down here, but up at my house where there's no fog, the fog kind of settles in here. So Pinot Noir is the earliest ripening variety that there is. It's the shortest growing season, and so you can get away with this. And it's October. We're harvesting it. In other areas it's harvested in August or September. So we're really late with Pinot Noir, but this is a real cool site. And you can grow Pinot Noir and actually harvest it and get it ripe. But that's about the only thing you can do with this site because it's so low, so close to the ocean. And these are actually, they're young plants, so this is only like 2 tons an acre. 2 or 3 years from now, it'll be double that much fruit in here. Because the birds can actually eat like a ton a day, which is like, $3,000 a day. It doesn't cost that much to put the nets on the vineyard. Once we own them, they're good for like 10 or 15 years. Is to keep the bird damage away. The reason we have a lot of birds up here, and any place in the mountains. But if you're on a valley bottom or out in, Livermore, Monterey, they don't have trees and they don't have birds. And
yeah.
I was recently over in France and Italy. They don't even have any birds. They don't have any gophers.
Oh my gosh.
And I've never heard of that, but we have a lot of gophers. We have coyotes. They don't have coyotes. They don't have badgers. They don't have birds. Pretty nice. I used to grow apples here about 30 years ago, when the turkey ranch was here. And it was the most available site, and the fellow that owns it, Brian Brown, was interested in leasing it, and we just made a deal to plant it, and I ripped the orchard out and put in a vineyard, and we've got a really long-term lease on it. And there's not a lot of properties left in Bonnie Doon to grow fruit. We're looking at a couple more that might pop up pretty quick. So I'm starting to get aggressive in that area again now, so got inspired when I went to Europe. I go crazy again. The Coast Grade came from Brian and Rachel trying to search out something that was historical and geographic. And so all the vineyards that we've got are pretty much geographically named, like Bald Mountain is the name of the mountain on the USGS map. And originally Ryan wanted to call it Nora's, but then he had another child. Coast Grade, well, all the grade, there's Empire Grade and Ice Cream Grade, and historically all the roads that went down to Santa Cruz were called grades, back in the 20s, 1910, 1920, 1930. And so this used to be called Coast Grade before we got up, and then we had the community of Bonnie Doon, and they called it Bonnie Doon Road. But there's still Ice Cream Grade and Smith Grade, and there's grades all over the coast here. And this one was actually called Coast Grade, back at the turn of the century.
Mm-hmm.
So it seemed pretty fitting, historically. Yeah. Grew up doing it and at home, but I actually started development vineyards in '76. So I don't know what's that, 76, 86, 96, 40 years?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I just think it's exciting for Ryan to be able to produce it. I can grow it, and we pulled it off. And it's kind of a family thing, but I'm really into restoring the Santa Cruz Mountains of Bonnie Doon to grapes, because it's kind of a race between housing developments and agriculture. And I've been fighting for this my whole life, but I'm not doing a very good job because the houses seem to beat me out all the time, you know. So a lot of the major vineyard sites that were up here are all housing developments now.